Welcome to upstate New York, Syracuse University, and under the dome today we have a terrific clash in store. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 24th ranked team in the land, the Syracuse Orange. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, Dave Pollock and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Syracuse will kick off and we'll be underway. He'll bring it out. It's Kingsbury. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. He wants to throw. They're trying to get to it. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
And you can tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Davis will throw. Got his man in the middle. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. Georgia lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Slips through the line. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The offense set for a first down play. Wide out in motion. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Well, this defense received a lot of well-earned accolades after registering 4 sacks last week. They've put everybody on notice, and they're doing it again here early, already registering a sack in this one.
They'll give it to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Pocket starts to collapse. At the 40, there he goes. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
Trying to find his man on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Hurley. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
The quick out. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little watermelons, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Keeps looking downfield. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Wants to throw on third down. He's right on target. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Absolute shank. Missed it. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Looking for space. It's Jolly. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Davis looking to pass. Caught. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you. And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They punted on their opening drive, and now they need a third down conversion to avoid punt. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to throw deep right side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Gonna run it. It's Hurley. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Here's the handoff. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain.
And that's why it's important offensively. They're going to have to do a better job running the ball and getting positive yards early in the drive. You can't be in third and long living in those situations against this defense because they like to play dime personnel. And with those faster guys, they're going to blitz, and they're going to match speed with speed. It's a nice way to combat the mobile ability this quarterback has. Now setting up fourth down.
And it'll be downed right there. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On the option. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Quick strike complete. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Georgia lining up to punt it away.
Love the coverage and not giving up an inch defensively. Their third down, smothering the receiver. As soon as he caught the ball, down he went. They've got this offense pinned.
Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5.
Fires the pass, intercepted. He'll try to take it back. Inside the 50. He's at the 30. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. And they were most fortunate to catch up to him there. He almost turned that into a pick six.
Man, and he had a convoy, too. As soon as he had the ball, he just looked around him. There was just a lot of open green, and he took off. Great job by his teammates on defense, getting downfield and setting up some blocks.
So first down didn't exactly go according to plan. Let's see what they can dial up on second down.
Reese, I got him right where I want him. Okay, I'm going to throw the football. Now I can get back in shotgun. Let's forget the running game stuff. We're going to play a little pitch and catch and see how good that secondary is.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your back.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
The give to the tailback. Moves up to the 34-yard line. Give him a 10-yard pickup.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
They'll go to the ground. Stuffed almost in his track, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Handoff to the single running back. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
On third down, he drops to throw. Getting some heat. And the quarterback is snowed under. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. The Orange will have to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the move, it's Kingsbury. He gets a block. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. To the 15. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
And the ball's out, and they're after it. Well, the offense ought to go buy a lottery ticket because that ball somehow bounced right back to them. They'll keep it. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. Gets it out fast. Off he goes. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Georgia heads to the line with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
A little bit inside, a little bit outside. Nice job. Hey, keep them guessing, right? You run it up the middle to keep them honest. Now toss it on the perimeter. Make them set the edge on the outside with their defensive ends. They don't do a good job here. Nice positive game. Now let's go get 7.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Trying to power it in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3 spot before the break. And it's no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Hurley. At the 35, he's got room. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Wiggins. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse.
Got a lot of running room. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's got enough to give Syracuse the first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. Got 3 on first down, it's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
After giving up a few extra yards after a hitch throw, I wonder if this defense is going to want to give this guy this much access moving forward. They might be thinking about more press coverage or playing some zone coverage where the corner's right up on him.
Extending the play. Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Got room on the return. Crosses midfield. The 30. He's at the 20. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Georgia. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
So much for the touchback. Here he comes. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
This offense has a second down play. Let's go. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. Shut down and shut out in the first half, but finally this offense trying to put something together. This guy is doing work on the outside and the sweet toe tap to stay in bounds there.
How about the sweet feet? I mean, it's so hard to know where you're at on the sidelines and have good body control. You could tell he did. Gets the feet down, secures the catch. That is a nice catch. Nice footwork, young fella.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Makes the catch. It's Hurley. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Dances away from the heat. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
Man, this is how we do it. Defensively, you go into halftime, you make adjustments. You talk about, we've seen him do this, we've seen him do that. Let's get ready for it. Let's have a plan. Plan executed. You could tell they knew what was coming, did a great job defensively, forced an interception right out the gates to start the second half.
Give to the running back. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. Makes the grab outside. It's Thompson. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
That's really nice fundamentals by a right-handed quarterback, going to his left, getting the shoulder turned and the hips around, helping him make a very accurate throw.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. Now on the option. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And you could tell he trusted himself. He thought he could take off, get that 1st down. Just a little too much speed on that defense. They closed that gap so quick. Didn't let him get to the 1st down marker. Turnover on downs.
Trying to make magic with his feet. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And you see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You can tell. Drops back. Nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. He rifles one deep down the right side. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
They'll run it on first and goal. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Wants to fire on second down. Got his man on the right. And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
Syracuse, 0.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They want to power it in on the ground on third and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield, a swarming defense, and he'll lose 7.
And here's the deal. Fourth quarter, I'm trailing. Fourth and goal, which makes a difference to me because I drove the ball down the field. I've had some success. Do I want to stay aggressive here? This offense is down, but has a chance to really put some points on the board and make a little bit of a splash.
A fourth quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on fourth and goal. And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over.
In the situation we're in, down 2 possessions, they obviously had to go for that one. And because they're not able to come up with it, it looks like they're going to be leaving this stadium with an L.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Davis will throw. He lets one fly deep. Makes the catch down the right side. Hit the afterburners, kid. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Dogs! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth.
Syracuse, 0.
Going for the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a bit.
Gonna take a shot. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Obliterates him, still on the move. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the punishment has been extended. They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He's going to bring it out from deep. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
2nd and short now after that completion. Out of the gun, the inside give. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
Game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
Fires to the tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus, and they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Makes the grab. It's Hurley. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try it on the ground. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
You know, you go for it on 4th and inches in this fringe area of the field in your opponent's territory. I'd be curious to see if on the next play now, they're going to try and take a shot and see if they can catch the defense sleeping.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Had to throw it before he wanted. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks that this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
Looking to throw on second down. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Man, and the defense comes up with the sack. And this is honestly not what we expected. We expected this to be a high-flying offense. You know, this trigger man is usually really, really on top of things. This is a day he would love to forget.
Feeling throws toward the end zone. And it's batted away, and the fourth down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running of the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add
up. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Short now from their own 48.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
And that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get first downs. They throw the football and get first downs. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college football.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Snags it.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Georgia comes quickly to the line. They're going to give him another chance on 2nd and goal. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed.
Touchdown, Georgia! And the pummeling has started. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
35, Syracuse, 0.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they've just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time.
And he's running in the open. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. He's looking to throw it. Trying to get to him. A strike downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Quarterback checking off. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. They get to him as he throws. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. After the misconnection, it's second down.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy. And because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football. And that's what...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous party. A late touchdown.
Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
2-point conversion attempt is coming. From the gun. Coming after him. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
They'll leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Moving out of the pocket. He'll let it go to the left. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This reminds me of the guy I used to play for in college down in Gainesville, the head ball coach. He used to like to do this. He would have big leads in the fourth quarter. He was still letting his QBs throw it deep down the field.
They're bringing heat. He's moving out of the pocket. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And the defense gets the big third down stop, creates some momentum. Hey, I don't know if they're going to go for it on fourth down, but the defense has continued to fight, continued to hustle, continued to fly around. Like, these are positive signs from a group that you know needs to continue to grow, needs to continue to build, needs to continue to get better.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the fourth quarter, so you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards.
And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The Bulldogs racing to the line in a hurry-up. He'll come out throwing on first down. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them and forced the incompletion.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. The give to the back. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meet face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College